Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I'm so grateful that you have joined me. If you are watching this video on the day it was released, it's Valentine's Day. And so we celebrate love in all of its forms, at least I do, on Valentine's Day. And so I send that infinite love to you right here, right now. I invite you to open up your heart and receive it. And we are continuing our quest to know ourselves and to more deeply love ourselves. And I learned a new technique last week that already is showing some amazing results for me. And I'm just overwhelmed, and it involves visualization. So I'm going to get off camera so we can begin our meditation. Let's begin with our 3 nice deep breaths. Breathing in very deeply and holding it for a second and then breathing out very, very slowly. And again, another nice deep, deep breath. And then breathing out slowly. And then the next one, take the deepest breath you've taken all day. Fill up your lungs completely all the way down to the deep recesses of your belly. Hold it for a second and then release it really, really slowly. Do you feel like you've released all of that air that was in that breath? And so let's just do a quick scan of the body and allow it to relax. Relax your feet and your toes. Just imagine any stress or tension releasing. Imagine a beam of white light coming up from the center of the earth, entering into the soles of your feet. And as the white light enters in, it just releases any stress or tension, anything you no longer need. And then it goes through your ankles and your lower legs, your calves and your shins. And then your knees and your upper legs. And I invite you to, if you haven't already, allow your breathing to slow down just a little. So slower than normal, but still fast enough to feel comfortable. And now feel that white light move into your pelvic floor, your tailbone, all the way through your pelvis, lower back, hips, lower torso, all the way through your pelvis, midsection, all the way up to your rib cage. And let's ask our bodies or invite our bodies to release any toxins that no longer serve us. Anything that no longer serves us, of course, but toxins that may be held in our bodies for whatever reason. And so feel that white light moving through your midsection into your rib cage, moving up one rib at a time. All the way through your rib cage to your shoulder blades and your collarbone. And then notice a white light at the tip of each of your fingers and thumbs. Moving up your fingers and thumbs into your palms and backs of your hands, wrists, lower arms, elbows, upper arms, your biceps and your triceps. And feel it all come together there at your shoulders. Feel your shoulders drop down, your neck grow a little longer. And then feel the white light move through your jaw. all the way through your face, your lips, your teeth, your tongue, your ears, sides and back of your head, all the way up to the crown of your head. And know that that white light will continue to move through your body all through your meditation. Oh, yeah, one more nice deep breath. Now, I don't like to bring up anything negative without also bringing up either a solution to it or just a counterbalance. So we're talking about getting to know ourselves, and I have a really exciting thing to offer you, to offer all of us. But before I do, I would like for you to just take a moment, and we'll have some silence, to think about something you don't like about yourself. It's kind of funny because I typically give us anywhere between 15 and 30 seconds when we have a period of silence, but I'll bet every one of us came up with something we don't like about ourselves in less than 5, because I think we're kind of hardwired that way. We are taught in school, to look for the problem and solve it, not look for what's going well or what's going right. So hopefully you've thought of it. For a lot of us, it's some extra weight that we're carrying, or maybe our financial situation isn't just right, or our relationships aren't going the way we'd like them to. It doesn't matter what it is. It's being aware of it and knowing that that awareness is your key to shifting it. So I came across something last week, and I looked it up just now because what I read was attributed to someone else, but this idea actually came from Abraham Hicks, and it's called the 17-second affirmation. But it's not an affirmation, it's a visualization. I said that incorrectly. So let's think about what the opposite of what you don't like about yourself is. So how you would like it to be. So maybe it's you would like to be healthier or thinner, or maybe you would like your financial situation to feel more solid. You'd like to feel more abundant. Maybe you have a relationship that you would like to feel healed. So let's think for a moment. Let's picture in our minds either how you can imagine it, or if you had it the way you wanted it in the past. Picture that. And all you have to do is hold that thought in mind, that visualization, for 17 seconds, and we'll try it in a minute. But the idea is so that you feel the emotion. So my guides are telling me that I need to kind of come clean with you. So about 20 years ago, I weighed what I would like to weigh, which I feel like is the healthiest weight for me and the weight that my body works the best. And for most of my adult life, I was about 8 to 10 pounds higher than that. But I remember how good it felt to be at that weight, and how limber, and I just felt really good at that weight. And so maybe you have, whatever your goal is. I'm just using mine because I really work well with concrete examples, and so I thought I'd share a concrete example. So I'm going to time us for 17 seconds, and I invite you to picture your heart's desire, being real, being here now. Or maybe you picture a time when you really liked it. What you liked yourself, you liked your financial situation, you were getting along with this person. There's lots of other examples I'm not thinking of. And so, first of all, let's I'll give you about 5-10 seconds to just think about, to get an idea of what you want to visualize. Okay, now just picture it. Just either remember it or imagine it, and look at how happy you are, and just feel the emotions. Maybe it's peaceful, maybe it's serene, loved, happy, whatever it is. Okay, so starting now. There you go. So I invite you several times throughout the day to just stop, spend 17 seconds, look at the clock, spend 17 seconds visualizing your heart's desire, having come true or manifested, or whatever words you want to use. But so for me, I've been picturing myself. Sometimes I picture the memory of what it felt like when, you know, I fit into that size that really feels like me, that really feels like, you know, when I'm at my healthiest. And sometimes I would visualize, you know, this summer maybe, or this fall, and how good it felt to, you know, be able to move around the way I would like to. So whatever it is, we are going to do it again. The word of thumb is, or the rule of thumb is, doing this at least 4 times a day. And I want to confess that I started this less than a week ago, and without any extra effort or anything on my part, I dropped 2 pounds. And I'm not recommending this as a weight loss technique. I'm recommending this as a transformation technique, because it felt like I'm realigning with my infinite self. It felt like I'm picturing me. If you picture your highest self manifested as a human, notice how happy you are, because you are fully manifesting your highest self. Whatever that may be. It may be like these perfect relationships. It may be, you know, feeling like your life is in balance, like all your relationships are working, or your finances are in the position you'd like them to be. So we're going to do it again for another 17 seconds, starting now. And notice that that's really not a lot of time. So throughout your day, maybe you're sitting at a traffic light. And the important idea here is not to try to figure out how. It's not our job to tell the universe how things work. We just say, see that point in the distance, or in the not too far distance? That's where I would like to land. And then you allow the universe to steer your ship, or steer your car, or, you know, nudge you in that direction, so that that's where you land. There's a man named Mike Dooley who also deals a lot with this, and he talks about ours is not to determine the hows. We choose the what and allow God to determine the how. And think about how happy you will be when this turns around for you. So one more time we'll do the 17 seconds, and this time just focus on how wonderful you feel starting now. I hope that by now, just imagining this possibility has brought a smile to your face or lifted your heart just a little. We are one with the infinite. We are one with infinite power and infinite peace and infinite possibility. And when we don't land where we would like, it's because somewhere deep inside of us we either don't believe we deserve it or we don't believe it's possible. So I invite you not to focus on that, the worthiness or the possibility, but just focus on where you want to land and put all the rest of it in the hands of the universe and say, you know what, that's none of my business. How this comes about is none of my business. Accepting it when it manifests, celebrating it when it manifests, that's my business. So I invite you to remember that you are whole and perfect exactly as you are. The universe doesn't seek to teach you lessons or punish you or deny you anything. That's our humanness. That's our sense of unworthiness. And I invite you not to judge it. I don't judge it. I try hard not to judge it in myself and just accept it and go, okay, somewhere along the line I believed this to be true, but I don't have to believe it anymore, and neither do you. Because you deserve the richness of this beautiful world we live in. And you are whole and perfect exactly as you are. There's nothing lacking about you. So the infinite presence moving in, through, and as me honors and recognizes and sends infinite unconditional love to you on this Valentine's Day. And it sends it to your infinite self. The infinite presence moving in, through, and as you. Namaste. My spring flowers are starting to come up. And I know these pictures are not as beautiful as some, but I wanted to share with you all of the buds that are making their appearance. These have been growing inside all winter, aren't they pretty?